and welcome to another video. Today I'm here to do a book haul. So in this book haul I will show you all the books I bought since the beginning of the year, and we are now in the middle of February. And classes have started and I have some mandatory books that I have to read, so I had to buy them and I will show them to you as well. But I also bought some books and I try not to buy books. I try to limit myself, but then I saw some beautiful Penguin English Library editions of Jane Austen books. And then I saw some cheap books. And so I ended up buying more books than I thought I would. And I also went a little bit crazy on the ebooks in January. So yeah, that happened. Let's start with the ebooks, I think, because they were bought in January, so it makes sense. The first that I bought was The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. This is a story of two teenagers, 17 years old, and they meet on the rooftop of their building, but she is very rich, he is not very rich at all. And then they go on this journey and they end up living all around the world, or mostly all around the US and all around Europe. And they eventually meet, but only twice, so it makes the book addicting. I've already read it. I will do another wrap-up at the end of this month, I hope. And yeah, that was the first book I bought, but then I also bought other books. I bought... Where are the books? Where are the books? My voice hurts. My voice hurts badly. So these books were on promotion, and that's the only excuse I have to buy them, because they are very, very guilty reads. So I bought Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout, as well as Onyx by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And this is a 5-book series, a paranormal, that reminds me a lot of Twilight. Except that the main character is much more independent and therefore much more fascinating and fun to read about and to read from her point of view. That being said, the books are enjoyable. I've already read them. I read those two and then I stopped buying them because I knew I would read them and I have other stuff to read. So yeah, I stopped there, and now they're more expensive now, so I won't be buying them not soon. I will tell you what I thought about them in my wrap-up this month. Then I bought some books. I bought 6 books and I have 3 more coming in the mail, but I have no idea when I will be getting them, because who knows when the post wants to give me my books, right? So I was reading Emma in the beginning of this year. As you probably know if you follow me on Goodreads, go do that, it's in the description box below. But then I understood that I wasn't getting into the book because of the translation, which is a shame because I bought 3 of Jane Austen novels in that edition, translated. And so I saw this while I was browsing in the bookstore, and I ended up buying it, and I'm loving the book, so it was really a matter of translation. So this is Emma by Jane Austen. This is a Penguin English Library edition and it's beautiful, except for the fact that it doesn't have that smooth, matte, rubbery cover to it now. But I still love these editions because the format for me, it's just compelling. It feels like I'm reading a classic, but it's not too small that it gives me headaches. So I really enjoy this format and these editions. However, feel like I'm always destroying these books, so I always keep them on a cover that my mom makes. I'm really enjoying this book so far. And after buying Emma, I also saw Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen near it. And this still has the rubbery covers, so I couldn't pass it. And I thought, well, let's just collect all the UK classics in these editions now. So, except if they are for classes purposes only, I will be getting a British, and when I say British, is the UK classics in this edition because I love them, even though they are so fragile. And yeah, this is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. I love this cover. It's very red and in your face, and I kind of wanted the letters to be the light blue instead of the dark color. But besides that, I love Jane Austen, and I haven't read Northanger Abbey yet. So I'm really, really looking forward to reading this. You can have a closer look now. These editions are beautiful. This is the Northanger Abbey, and this is the Emma edition, which is beautiful. Then I also bought another book in these editions, but that was a mistake because I bought this for classes and therefore I needed notes and introductions, but this book has them. So that's a problem. Besides that, I love the cover. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. And it's so thin that you can even notice the details in the spine, but I really like this cover. I hope it had the rubbery feel, but it doesn't, which is a shame. But still, I love the design. It's a very colorful way of making classics cooler, and they are beautiful, this edition, so yeah. And then for class purposes, I brought Dracula by Bram Stoker. I'm having a Victorian literature class this semester, so I have 4 books to read, all by men, which is very weird and makes me very angry. But that being said, I had to buy this, so I bought the Wordsworth Classics editions, which was like €3 or something like that. And it does introductions and it has notes, so it's okay for the price that it has. It's a really good edition, especially if you're only studying it. And if I don't like it, I can always sell it to another colleague of mine next year. I only know that this story started the vampire thing, and that being said, I have to read it. The letters are small and it looks like a big book, but I have to get through it, so let's do it. Let's read Dracula by Bram Stoker. Yeah, this. And then I have 3 other books coming in the mail for classes, but then when I bought Dracula, I also bought a book by mistake. So I went and exchanged that for books, and I bought these 2, which were Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This is a signed classics edition. It was like €4, and I was eyeing this one for a very long time because I've read Little Women when I was a child. I have like a child edition translated to Portuguese, but there are like 3 volumes, and I didn't really get that this was one book and this big, so I really want to read it and see for myself why these have 500 pages when my editions are the smallest things on earth. That being said, I'm really looking forward to this. This is an American classic, and yeah, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. And then finally, I saw this book for the first time in FNAC, and it's The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, and it's the first in the Years of Olympus series. And this is a middle grade series about Greek mythology and adventure, and it's really fun. The first series, the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, I really enjoyed it, and I read it in Portuguese, and they're middle grade. And I thought, now that I'm a little bit older, maybe I should read it in English so it doesn't feel so childish. So I thought I was gonna have to buy this online, which was making me leaving it for later. But then I saw this one and I couldn't pass it because I never see this in the bookstore. And it was under €10. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I know that there's new characters and that people get really invested in this story. I remember a colleague of mine reading The Mark of Athena when it came out, and she was insane about this story. So yeah, really looking forward to this and hoping I will love it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up or subscribe. All my media stuff is down below in the description box, and I hope to see you soon with a new video. Goodbye!